Marvel didn't lose its magic in one bad movie. It lost something far more dangerous, trust. And if you click away now, you will miss the exact moment that trust cracked, the silent business decision that caused it, and one storytelling rule that Marvel followed for 11 years before breaking it. Miss this, and the Marvel's future, including Doomsday, will never make sense again. Here's the real problem. Every Marvel fans want the same thing, the opening night excitement, that certainty that every scene matters. The goal isn't nostalgia, the goal is clarity. And this video gives you that by breaking Marvel down step by step from its rise to its mistakes using only facts. Stay till the end because the solution Marvel is quietly returning to explain everything. Hey, this is Ian and you're watching Screen Speculations. Marvel's beginning wasn't about superheroes, it was about risk. In 2008, Marvel Studios didn't look like a powerhouse, it looked like a gamble. No guaranteed hits, no cinematic universe blueprint, just one movie, Iron Man, and one controversial lead actor, Robert Downey Jr. Wasn't a safe choice, studios avoided him, audience doubted him, Marvel didn't. And that decision mattered because Tony Stark wasn't written as perfect. He failed, he caused his own problems, his arrogance had consequences. The grounded approach made audiences connect before they ever cared about explosions. Only after that emotional connection came the validation. Iron Man earned around $585 million worldwide on a relatively modest budget. That number didn't just mean success, it proved Marvel could finance and control its own stories. Now, here's the question to hold. What if Iron Man wasn't the real experiment? The real experiment was commitment. Marvel trained audience to wait, to trust, to believe the story wouldn't end when the credits rolled. Post-credit scenes weren't jokes, they were promises. When Nick Fury teased the Avengers initiative, Marvel didn't sell hype, it sold patience. That patience paid off in 2012. By the time the Avengers released, audience didn't show up for spectacle. They showed up for the payoff. They had watched these characters grow separately and now they wanted resolution together. The result was historic, over $1.5 billion worldwide, but more importantly, Marvel proved something no studio had done before. Standalone films could function as a chapters. Keep listening because this exact strength became Marvel's biggest weakness later. Marvel peak aura didn't rely on skill, it relied on discipline. During Phase 2 and early Phase 3, Marvel released fewer projects, but each one mattered. Directors worked inside a shared structure, characters evolved across films. When Captain America the Winter Soldier shifted tone into a political thriller, it didn't break the MCU, it strengthened it. Audiences responded, box office rose, cinema scores rating stayed high, but the real win wasn't money, it was trust. Fans believed Marvel knew where the story was going, and that belief carried everything towards one destination. Avengers Endgame didn't succeed because it was loud. It succeeded because it remembered everything. Characters' age, loss stayed permanent, sacrifice wasn't reversed 5 minutes later. When Tony Stark died, Marvel didn't tease his return. It closed a chapter. That's why Endgame reached $2.79 billion worldwide, not because of the hype, but because 11 years of storytelling finally paid off. Now pause here, because this is where the story turns. After Endgame, Marvel didn't lose direction creatively, it lost it structurally. The shift came with Disney Plus. Suddenly, Marvel didn't just make movies, it had to feed a platform, output exploded. In 2021 alone, Marvel released 9 major projects across films and series. That was an expansion, that was overload. Audiences didn't fall behind because they stopped caring, they fall behind because Marvel changed the rules. What once felt optional became mandatory homework. Here's the critical mistake. Marvel replaced event storytelling with content volume. And before the argument comes, fan wanted more Marvel, stay with me, वगैरह वगैरह. Listen to me. Data shows completion rates for later MCU Disney Plus series dropped compared to early hits, not because audiences hated Marvel, but because the narrative felt fragmented. Too many characters, too few consequences. This is where director changes started to matter. During the Infinity Saga, directors worked within a unified plan. After Endgame, Marvel emphasized individual creative visions more openly. Some projects felt disconnected, others contradicted tone. High profile creative exits signaled internal tension not publicly but structurally. And when consistency disappears, audience feel it, even if they can't explain it. Now let's talk casting and controversy. Early Marvel casting felt surgical. Actors grew with their roles. Post Endgame, Marvel faced real world complications, legal issues, recasting, delayed projects that forced sudden story shifts. Character got sidelined or rushed, not erased, just blurred, which leads to canon. Marvel hasn't erased its past, but it has quietly reprioritized it. Projects that moved the multiverse forward stayed front and center. Others fade in the background, not denied, just de-emphasized. This isn't speculation, it's visible in upcoming slates and official focus. Now, here's the counter argument and the reset. Some say Marvel didn't decline, audience simply grew older. But numbers don't support that. Audience score dipped significantly, especially when long term payoff weakened. Engagement dropped when stories stopped rewarding memory. Marvel's current move confirms this. Output is shrinking, releases are spacing out, Avengers level storytelling is returning. That tells you everything. Marvel identified the problem even if it never announced it. And that brings us to the solution promised at the start. Marvel works when it treats stories like investments, not uploads. Build slowly, protect consequences, let characters breathe. When Marvel followed this rule, fans stayed loyal even through weaker films because the larger promise stayed intact. If this breakdown helped you to understand Marvel clearly again, the next steps double its value. Watch how upcoming projects reconnect characters instead of introducing dozens more. That's how you will understand Marvel more. That's where the real recovery begins. Marvel never needed louder hype, it needed memory. And this shows here and you just watch screen speculations. If you like this video, make sure to like it. Write something on the comment if your thoughts are another. Also share this video with your people. Make sure to subscribe and we will see you in the next one. Tata Goldfishes.